Okay, new album,
Yeah.
Guilty as Sin,
Yeah.
comes out middle of next month.
Yeah.
So first of all, why the title?
Well, basically, it was just the title of one of the tracks, and of course, we just suddenly thought, you could do a lot with that, So it just seemed to fit us, really.
Yeah, and it's your first new material since 2007, I think, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
apparently. What are we now? 2015. Yeah, so 8 years. Yeah. It's terrible because, as I say to a lot of people, my brain is, as time and years and dates go, it just everything all sort of into one. So when people tell us that's our first since not, I go, really? Hang on a minute, I'm sure we did one about 5 years ago. No, you didn't.
Well, you did Hit and Run Revisited.
Yeah, that was
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But then before that, I didn't know it was 4 years before that.
Yeah, it was Legacy, which was 2007 or 8. Yeah.
Well, that is so frightening because, of course, on stage we've been playing I Spy, the Dio song. Dio song, what's it? The song that he sang. And of course I do say, this is from my recent album that we recorded a few years ago. And then of course they were going to me, 8 years ago. I go, what? Are you sure? So time just goes really weird. It all sort of morphs. And it goes and far too fast and all. So youngsters, when you hear that time flies, when you're having fun, it's true. And also, the older you get, the faster it gets. So make the most of it.
Yeah. Well, I still can't believe it's October already.
No, I know, and it's just coming up so fast to the tour now. I mean, I know it's still a few weeks, but before we know it, we're going to be getting ready to.
And you'll actually have the album out before you start touring. And I remember one of your previous albums, you did the album launch party at the 100 Club.
Yeah.
And the album had been put back a month, so it wasn't actually out.
Well, in fact, funny enough, I think the album was supposed to come out in August anyway.
Right.
So it's still not out. It's not out when it was supposed to. It's not. Basically, it's not out when it was supposed to be out. But it's going to be okay, I think. Yeah.
But that's it. At least people have got a chance to hear it before they see you on tour.
Oh yeah. Well, over here anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And in Europe if they buy it quickly. So.
Yeah. We get it the day before, hopefully. But I think it's coming out on the 13th or something.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think it's 13th it's due, and then I think the tour kicks off on the 15th.
Yeah, but we're doing a gig of our own in Belgium on the 13th.
Right.
Lovely Belgium. Yeah, so that should be fun.
And then sort of recovering for a couple of days from the hangovers that you'll have from the Belgian beers.
Well, exactly. We've got 1 day to recover. It normally takes 2 days these days. That's why I'm on the coffee today. Right. So that's why even on tour now, everybody expects us to be all like wild and crazy that again, but we can't because we can't get up the next day. We'll have to make sure we haven't got a gig till like the day after. So
when did you start writing for the new album?
Well, basically what happened was we were told, we kept humming and hawing because the record company and the manager kept saying, it's about time you did a new studio album. And of course, as I say, me going, hang on, we've only just done one, thanks very much, Ben, cheers. And so basically they got a bit fed up, I think, with us procrastinating and having an hour in, and they just literally said, and this was before Christmas last year, which is about this time, Christmas, a year ago, which I can't believe I'm saying that again now. They literally said, the manager came on and they said, all right, the record company, you're booked in with Chris Tangarides, which is all news to us. Well, we did hear that they wanted, because we have been using our Tim Hamill for years up in Wales. Anyway, we then heard, right, this is what's happening. You're booked in with Chris Tangarides on the blah 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 of January, and this was about November actually. And so get on with it. We went, hey, what? I think we had probably about a month or so, just over a month to get it together. And so it was a bit like, what, really? Seriously confirmed? Yeah, confirmed. I think it was something like the 23rd or 17th, 13th. Possibly, I don't know any date, sometime in January anyway. And it was all booked. So that was it. We had to get on with it. But of course, over the years, I mean, even though there was no sort of talk of doing an album for quite a few years, if you see something or hear something, you sort of jot it down anyway, and stick it in a folder sort of thing, and think, that might be useful for later. And of course, Enid and Jackie write and I write, so there's 3 of us that write. So all 3 of us have been doing that over the years. So of course, it was just really a matter of digging out the paper, blowing the dust off, and then putting it all together, really.
So when you write, do you tend to write like a complete song each, or do you tend to do one of your come with, say, the guitar lines and somebody else will put stuff?
Well, it varies. I mean, Edie's written a song all by herself on this one. I've written, and Jackie's written by themselves on the other ones. But this time, I've written mainly with Jackie,
Right.
And then Nina's written with Jackie, and then Nina wrote one herself, and then we did a cover, and then we did cover. So it's all a bit of a mixture. But mainly, I've had, me and Jackie have actually had a couple of ideas from way back that we had on cassette tape, so it shows out how, and we sort of thought, because we always remembered they were really good songs. So we dunked them out. And we just thought, oh God, so bloody hell. It took me about a month before I could actually even listen to them, because I was thinking, oh no, what are they going to sound like? She goes, they sound really good, they sound really good. So eventually I listened to them, and I was so surprised. I was like, yeah, bloody hell, that's great. So we changed, added bits, changed around. And then of course I had some lyric ideas, and Jackie had some, riff ideas, and we just, or she'd sent me quite a few of her ideas, and I'd go, oh, that sounds like this sounds to me like my idea for this, It's like Guilty as Sin. I mean, that came together in about 5 minutes. I mean, you can probably tell because it's the same one. But she sent me the riff with all these other bits in, and I chopped them all out. I don't want that bit, I like that bit, and I'll have that bit in there. And I just sang along, and it came together in about 5 minutes, that one. Right. Just and Take It Like a Band, which is one of my favourites, because that reminds, it's just like typical all about being in a band, basically. That came together in about 5 minutes, because she just had the riff, and then I just sang over it with the lyrics that I'd actually written down on the road at some point, and lucky enough I've virtually written a whole lot of them, so that came together pretty quick.
You're lucky you still had something you could play a cassette tape these days.
Yeah, well actually Jackie's got a little studio, so she could do it on that, But do you know, I was thinking about that, because I just found my mum's the other day, and she was looking through all my dad's stuff, and everything. I sadly lost Dad a long time ago, but looking through more of his bits and pieces, and I actually found an old Walkman, and I said, oh, I'll have that, because for the simple of that reason, because I've got so many old cassettes of Girls' School in the past, going right back from day one.
Right.
And so one day, in my older age, I might sit there and listen for a laugh.
Or there'll be appearing as well, Girls' School, the early years.
Something like that. But so actually I haven't seen if it works yet, but I'll check that out.
Yeah. And obviously, I presume you've got quite a few piles of paper from, if you're scribbling all the time when you're on the road, then you must. I'll just open the cupboard.
Well, that's what we got. I did actually, lucky enough, put them all in a folder, and I hadn't actually, to tell you the truth, I hadn't actually seen the folder for about a good few months, so I didn't really know what was in it. It was good. And Enid had done the same. She'd, got a few ideas from over the years. So it came pretty quickly. It was good.
Must have been a relief, because with Christmas there, it's not as though you've got nothing else to worry about. Christmas is a busy enough time anyway.
Exactly.
By the way, you've got to write an album in a month.
Exactly. So, and then we only had 2 days, and I think we had I couldn't make 2 days rehearsal, so we had all together about 2 days rehearsal, all of us, before we went in.
Right, yeah.
So, it was all right. But Chris is so easygoing anyway, and he has to be with us anyway, so. And he knows what we're like, obviously, because we worked with him before. So.
Right, yeah. That must make it a lot easier when somebody, when you know somebody, you get on with them okay. And, they know how you work.
If it'd been someone really new, who didn't know how we worked or how they worked or whatever, that probably would have been a bit more of a nightmare.
Yeah.
But as it was pretty easy.
That's good. Yeah. And in the studio, do you tend to sort of go in and separately and record, or did you almost go in and play?
Oh no, but we all went in. We always make a point of all being together at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it's nice, if you're just there, say, by yourself or something. It's a bit weird like today as well, because I'm used to at least one person being with me. And like tomorrow on the Eurostar, I'm going to be going by myself, somewhere, a different country, all by myself. I know at my age I should be all right, but it just seems strange from being in a band.
Yeah.
To suddenly doing something by myself.
Presumably they all found good excuses why they couldn't do the interviews.
I know, exactly. Well, funny enough, because Jackie would be the only one really that would have done it, but she lives up in Leeds now, and so the logistics are really and she's doing other stuff at the moment. But no, she would have come if they said, but they didn't even mention about. Like basically, I was coming to London. They said, because I've been doing loads of interviews, but on the phone up at home and everything. And then Uzi said, do you fancy doing a day in London? Let's just come back to London. I love my London, I'm a Londoner. So anyway, any excuse to get back to London for a day. So I said, yeah, fine. Then she said, how do you fancy, if you're going to be down in London, how do you fancy doing a day in Paris the next day? And of course I'd had a few beers at the time. I went, that sounds great. Yeah, oh yeah, well, right then. Not expecting it to come off. And then, of course, the next day she goes, okay, well, I'm sorting it out now. I went, oh shit. But
Those
yeah,
things,
it was great.
Those things we say after a few drinks that come back to
Yeah,
haunt us.
exactly. Yeah, that's me thinking, oh, it sounds like a really great, really good, idea. But oh no, I'm looking forward to it. Really lovely because love Paris and stuff. But I'm a bit annoyed because of course I won't have any time for shopping.
Right.
But that's not why I'm going. Obviously, I know that I've got to do it. I'm going to, to promote the album. No, but I'm getting taken out for lunch. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that's probably a good couple of hours then.
It is, funny enough. I think in the press schedule, I think there's at least an hour and a half for lunch, which I think that sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
That's it. They do like the nice sort of leisurely lunches.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. So there is a good stuff. No, it should be nice to actually see what people think over there and stuff as well.
Yeah, because obviously you know what the album's like, and you're thinking, well, the fans haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Are people going to like it?
Yeah.
Do you still get that sort of nervous?
Oh,
wait,
definitely. Well, every time I've been doing interviews and stuff, I'm sort of asking, so what do you think of it? And it's been a good response. So, what do you think of it anyway?
I like it, and particularly the opening track, "Come the Revolution."
Oh yeah.
It just gets it off to a really good start. I thought,
good.
Yeah.
That was one of Enid's and Jackie's. That one.
Right. Yeah. But it's although. Okay, come on, own up. Who chose the Bee Gees cover to do?
Funny enough, our manager, so we can blame him. Because what was happening, we've always done a cover on every album. Obviously on Legacy it was Motorhead's song. Yeah. Well, our favourite, Metropolis, one of our favourite tracks. Yeah. And so of course this time we were thinking, well, which one can we do? And we were all like, we couldn't all actually all agree on one. Right. So ideas would come out. I couldn't think of anything that I wanted to do. So the other two were coming up with all different ideas. And then Tommy, our manager, suddenly came up with, what about Staying Alive? And we all thought, what? Are you nuts? I mean, Jackie going, no way. And then Enid and Denise could actually hear it. They could hear the bottom, the thing, the groove and everything. So we did actually go in rehearsal and try it. And it worked. We thought it worked. And of course, Chris Tangarides really liked it. And of course, he came up with I go, we're not going to be singing, we're not doing all that, He said, no, you're doing it on guitar. So we tried it again in the studio. And we thought it worked. So. Yeah.
Of course, none of you can sing as high as the Bee Gees.
Well, exactly, yeah. And of course, Enid insisted she wanted to sing that one because she said, that was it because she wanted to do it, whereas me and Jackie were sort of going, not sure. So we all right, you get on with it. And then, of course, I actually really like it. I just think it's a bit of fun,
Yeah, and it's good sometimes that you do these sort of completely almost random ideas. It's just, I wouldn't have thought of it, but actually it works.
Yeah, so do you think it works then?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Oh, good, yeah.
It was sort of, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
It's a bit sort of makes you step back in the moment for a second, but when you actually listen to it, it's really good.
Yeah, great. I think it's got a good groove. Actually, my other half really likes that one. I know he don't really like anything we do most of the time, although he does like Take It Like a Band and all, to be honest. So, he's going, I could really hear that on Planet Rock, and that he's going, oh no, he likes Guilty as Sin as well. That's true. He likes Reno. He's going, I can really hear that on Planet Rock. He's in his shed listening to Planet Rock all the time.
Right, yeah.
So I go, all right, well, he really likes it. It must be all right,
Yep. And obviously you're on tour with Motorhead and Saxon, both of whom you played with numerous times over the years. It must be like going on holiday, going away with friends, really. Or
it's going to be like that because, of course, we haven't seen or played with Motorhead or Saxon for a quite long time now. Don't ask me when was the last time because there's no way I can bloody remember. But it's
Probably, I know I've seen you supporting Saxon at Shepherd's Bush sometime.
Oh yeah, that was not too long ago. And then we did, we've played with them. I think that was the last one. And of course, we have played with Motorhead in the last few years. We actually did a festival with them in Canada.
Right.
Yeah, so that was quite nice. We hung out with Lemmy there. That was Kiss, Motorhead, and us. Doing a big festival in Montreal. Yeah, that was really good. So that was the last time we played with Motorhead.
Right.
Not on a tour, obviously. And that'd be good. That was the last time we'd done something else with them. Might have done something else. No, last time I actually saw them was at Hyde Park last year.
Right. Yeah.
But so the tour is for them to invite us on. Of course, it's a great honour for us because for us it's very special because we were there on their first major British tour, the Overkill tour, in 1979. And of course, most people I speak to, I expect you weren't even around in 1979.
I was, just not old enough to get to concerts.
No, but you were actually on this planet. And I said, oh, right, amazing, because most people...
I was 10.
No, you were 10. Oh, blimey, you're old then. Most people I speak to now weren't even here, even like Ben is going, you weren't even here, no. But, so we were on their first major British tour, and to be invited onto the 40th is amazing, so yeah.
And it's the best of British kind of tour, going around Europe. Sort of 3 bands, from Britain who've been around a long time, all with good solid reputations, and all with new albums out. So,
I think it's going to be good. I mean, basically, I'd go if I wasn't in the band. I'd go.
I'll certainly be going to one of the dates.
Oh, brilliant! What, going to Hammersmith or?
Probably Hammersmith, but after
the other one, the nearest one's Swindon, isn't it? Which is a bit odd. I suppose that people from Wales can come across from there.
It's at least there's not too many gigs clash in January. This time of year is just there's 5 gigs I want to do on Saturday. And you just there's so many. Whereas at least January there's not many others. There's competition, so
it's quite a strange time to do January, because of course Motorhead normally do November, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's when we've normally done the British tours with them. We've done a couple of those not recently, but the last one was whenever that was, 10 years ago. And then
moved back to a few more dates this time, because I think last time there was just 3 dates. So London, Manchester, and Birmingham. This time I think it's 6 or 7.
Which actually I didn't think was a lot. Again, myself, because obviously when we did the last British tour with them, it was a few weeks, or a couple of weeks at least. So, but then I was going to say perhaps they could put more in, but of course you can't, because the European dates would go straight from Hammersmith back to Europe again.
Right, because you are, I think, a few weeks off, around Christmas time, and then the UK and then back into Europe.
Because we're thinking, the second night of Hammersmith Odeon, which is the last bit of the British tour, I'm going to probably have a big party. And then hang on a minute, no, we've got a gig the next day, bloody wherever, I know, wherever it is, Finland or somewhere.
And that's it, it's not as if it's
it's not Finland, because of course we're finishing Finland. But
it's not as if it's a half-hour drive the next a couple of hours, it's a 12-hour
so
or 14 hours.
There won't be any after show, well, I won't be anyway, I'll be tucked up in bed probably somewhere. Well, I say that now, of course.
That's the plan.
That's the plan, it might go horribly wrong.
So imagine when you're singing, you do have to be a bit more careful on tour to try and protect the voice.
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, we get off quite lightly on this tour, don't we? Because we're only playing probably about half an hour. So, I mean, I think if we, at our age, could get through that, So, It's Motorhead. I mean, Saxon have got a great spot. Obviously, I think they'll probably do about 45. They might do an hour. Who knows? I don't know. And then Motorhead would do the full hour and a half or something. So it's quite a long evening, really.
And then, of course, you've got the challenge of it's only half an hour. What do we put in the set list? What do we cut out?
That is going to be the problem now, because I mean, obviously we are still going to be playing Race of the Devil in Emergency. We are. There's no way we can't not. Possibly not Race of the Devil, but definitely Emergency. I mean, there's no way we're not doing Emergency. But I think we'll have to do Race of the Devil as well. And then in our spec we'll probably have to do Hit and Run as well. So that's 3 already.
And then you want to try and something for the new album.
And then I think we'd probably want to do at least 3 off the new album, because we've been doing Revolution and Take It Like a Band. We did that in the States on the last tour, and they went down a storm, even though nobody had ever heard them before. So that was a really good sign, because they went down so well. We thought, that's amazing, because they didn't even know the song in the first place. So. Or perhaps we might only have to do 2, I don't know, and alternate them or something. But we'll definitely be doing Revolution, because that's good live. But Take It Like a Band's really good live as well. So where's Guilty as Sin going to fit in? We got to do Guilty as Sin, because it's called Guilty as Sin, the album, and the tour's called and the backdrop's Guilty as Sin. So we can't go on there probably and not do Guilty as Sin. So I don't know. Or can we?
It's going to be a challenge, isn't it? And whatever you play, somebody will be complaining that you didn't play this song or that song. Oh, I thought you should have played this one for the new album, or you didn't play this classic one, or it's just and you could probably do a 3-hour set and you still wouldn't keep everybody happy.
Well, this is the problem. Even on an hour's set, it's quite. Of course, I really like Demolition as well, Come Let's Go and all that, but we won't be probably having to do. But I mean, I think we could lose Hit and Run really. because that's I call that slow, you know. So I don't know if we get away with not doing hit and run, but
yeah, it's always a difficult one. Yeah.
And of course, Screaming Blue Murder, we that goes down really well, and that was, you know, I like doing that because that acknowledges that album.
Yeah.
So I don't know really.
I suppose when it's a support slot, in some ways you've got a bit more flexibility to cut out some of the classics, in that people are there for Motorhead, and therefore you're, they may not be as familiar with your stuff, so you've got that freedom. But on the other hand, all three bands do tend to appeal to a similar market, don't they? Similar group of fans. So it's not going to be an easy one for you to work out.
I think because our songs are roughly 3-4 minutes. If you do that, half an hour, that's 9, isn't it? Really? I won't be able to say anything in between it. Just be blah 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 blah, you know, and then whack them out, play really really fast.
Yeah.
Then I might be able to fit 10 in. But no, it's probably going to be about 9 songs, I would imagine, for half an hour.
Right. Yeah. So it's going to be sort of pretty full on and intense, but get as much in as you can.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you have to be on the dot and then off. If you're on a bit later, then that don't matter. You've still got to be off at that particular time. Obviously, you can't run over because then everything else gets. So you know, you just get the plug pulled on you. Much as they love us, the crew, they won't be mucking around. They'll just go if you're not on, then that's it. You know.
Tours like that, they have to run like clockwork.
Sure.
And you're relying as well on the venues actually opening the doors in sensible time.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You do get somewhere. The band goes on stage and the doors have only opened 2 minutes earlier.
Yeah, that's it. I know. Well, that's happened to us quite a few times on tours like that, especially with Motorhead, because of course something goes wrong, and of course we probably won't have a sound check most times, but that's fine because the crew knows what you know. So we're pretty easy going. We just go amble on. Oh, and we got to get a new. This might be because we're thinking. I don't know if you think it's a good idea, but we're thinking we might start with Guilty as Sin because it is the title.
Yeah.
Track. So then we're going to have a whole new intro tape and everything, because we've been using the one for Demolition for bloody years now, because we used to start with Demolition. Or should we start with Revolution? Well, I isn't running out, but see, I don't know, but then I don't know about that.
No, it makes sense if it's a Guilty of Sin tour to start with that sound. Yeah.
Also, from a logistic point of view, it's a lot better because Jackie can start the riff, so that when we've all gone on and things aren't plugged in properly because we've had to rush to get there and we're running late, it means we got a bit of time to actually sort it out before we start, you know. So because that's what happens. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but obviously, especially if you're the first band on the bill and you haven't had a sound check and you haven't had time to put your gear up properly, and you're literally like running to get on there, it's quite nice to have a bit of leeway when she's playing the riff to actually make sure we're working and the drums are all right and everything. So it'll probably be that.
And at least, like you say, the fact that you've worked with Motorhead before, their crew know you, they know what you sound like, so they can get it pretty much dialed in.
I think we're going to be sharing Saxons actually.
Right.
But we know Motorhead so that lot as well. So, but I think we're going to be sharing with them, and so that'd be quite good.
Because you do get it sometimes where it's the sound guy is totally unfamiliar with the band. No,
we're going to be using familiar people that we know, and so you know.
It's easy, just turn everything up to maximum.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they'll probably do. So.
Well, actually, Motorhead will probably want to be. So they're on 10. You can have 9.5.
Oh no, definitely. I know we'll be on probably about 5. I would imagine. Then Saxon probably about I don't know 6, 7 or something. Motorhead 15.
Although. Yeah, on the last tour, people were actually shouting at them to turn it up.
Really? Yeah,
It was too quiet.
Yeah. Oh no.
Because I don't think the guy was used to arenas, so he got it on sort of normal Hammersmith volume, and in the arena it just wasn't
of course,
enough.
Completely different ball game, isn't it? Yeah.
Which I'd never thought I'd see a Motorhead gig where people were shouting, turn it up.
Oh no, you can't have a quiet Motorhead gig. No, I don't think it'll be like that this time. No.
I think there'll be sort of. After Lemmy's health problems, they're going to be wanting to prove that they've still got it. They can still definitely.
Apparently he's fine now anyway, so thank God.
That's a relief. He's one of those people. He's been going for years, and it's just like, how is he still alive? But on the same hand, he seems almost invincible. Nothing's going to kill him.
Well, I think he has to take a bit more easy now. But perhaps he might, put his feet up a little bit after the 40. I mean, he's done 40 years. I mean, I think he deserves a bit of rest. But if you don't feel like it, he won't do it, will he?
No, and he's obviously still got the drive if he's still making albums, still touring.
Yeah,
so,
and that last album's great as well. So
but I can't see him ever wanting to give up, to be honest.
No, I think he just gets bored, really. But no, I think he's always said that he'll still carry on writing. Right, there's no reason why he can stop. He doesn't have to stop recording or anything.
No, just do maybe the occasional show rather than some really intensive tours they used to do. Yeah.
I think that sounds like a plan. That's what I'd like anyway. That's what we've been doing really. So, and we're not even got there yet.
Yeah, because with the heavy touring, even young bands it takes it out of them. But as you get older and you sort of takes a bit longer to recover after a show.
Well, basically, I think it's. I mean, he basically lives his life on the road. I couldn't do that actually. I just like, doing it every now and again. I'm too much of a homebody now. I just, trying to prize me out of my house, and my garden. It's terrible, really. But once you get into it, it's great.
Yeah. Well, you must miss all the luxury. If you're like, oh, just go online. Oh crap, there's no Wi-Fi. It's no mobile phone. It's just.
That's like that where I live at the moment. So sometimes, But when because I only just moved there recently in the last couple of years, and trying to get a broadband provider, I only had the choice of two anyway, because all the other ones, all these package deals that you get to play one off each other, couldn't do that anyway because there was only Sky and BT I think that did it out where I live now, so that I didn't have much choice. So it's like
you're in the real wilds when they don't even BT won't give you broadband.
Yeah, exactly. It was like so Sky was the only one really that I could actually get what I wanted, so I had no choice.
It's amazing how we take things like that for granted these days.
I really wouldn't. Obviously when we started out, it was just, you wouldn't believe. I mean, wouldn't have believed how it is now.
No,
definitely.
Yeah, I just think like.
Sounds so old now, the way it's awful.
I think like mobile phones just make life so much easier. Particularly when you're travelling.
That's what I said to my other half when I was packing. I felt like I've been packing to go forever. I'm only going away for one night. That's staying at my mum's tonight, so I see her while I'm in London. But I said, right, I've got my phone, got my passport, and I've got my credit cards. That's all you need really these days to go anywhere. That's it. And I said. The last thing I said to him, what on earth will we do now without mobile phones? I mean, it's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah. I've learned, from experience, I always tend to print a map off of where the hotel is or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because sod's law says your phone's going to get a flat battery at which point, it's just, oh hell, where am I staying again?
Yeah. Well, of course, we don't really care about that because we normally just get in the car and get taken there, but it is nice to know where you're going.
The downside of the press trips is it's all... hotel interviews all day, back on the plane or whatever, and just not actually seeing anywhere.
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, even in America, because we did 4 weeks over there, the States. We started off on the West Coast and we just went all the way across to the East, and we really. I mean, you can imagine going right across the States in a month. I mean, that took some going and on. The amount of driving and everything, even like, we've got 2 days off, that's 9 hours in the van every day, so even if we're passing all these things, we're not doing that, that was it was straight past. But we did get to see Niagara Falls again. Well, I haven't seen that twice before, but it's still always good. And Mount Rushmore, which we'd never seen before, so we actually managed to divert off there because we didn't have such a long drive that day. That was, so we actually saw that as well, so that was really good. That was like the two things that we saw on the month, really. In Las Vegas, we spent a couple of days in Las Vegas at the beginning, which was hilarious, and really I couldn't wait to get out there. I mean, it's just absolutely madness.
Oh, it is. It's a very strange place.
I mean, we've played there before, but we've never. That was years ago, and it wasn't built up as much as it is now. And some American mates took some time off from LA, and they came with us up to a few of the gigs up on the West Coast and spent a couple of days in Las Vegas. And some friends of theirs had one of the cabanas round in Caesar's Palace Hotel, around the pool, and invited us there for the day, and it was hilarious. I've never seen anything so tacky in my life, but it was just so funny. And there we were at Caesar's Palace at this pool room, cabana, and it was just but I went off to the Harley shop with a mate because it was my birthday then as well, and she bought me a Harley t-shirt, so we went off this amazing place off the strip in Las Vegas. So that was good. So it started off all right. Then sort of in the middle a bit, we did see a couple of things, and then we ended up in Brooklyn. So
because although you don't get time to stop and sort of do the sightseeing, there is a lot of hanging around on tour, isn't there? Because obviously you get to the venue, you then sound check, if you're lucky, then waiting. You're hanging around waiting for the gig, and
oh, everything's fine. I mean, Charlie Watts said famously that quote, wasn't it? I can't remember exactly what it was. He said, "Yeah, I've been in the band 50 years, and I've what was it? And I've spent 45 years waiting, or something like that. You know, it was something stupid like that. Yeah, the band's been going. I can't remember. I think the band had only been going 30 years at that time. He said, "Yeah, we've been together 30 years, 25 years, been hanging around waiting."
Yeah, and I can well believe that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you think, on this tour, you're touring for a month, whatever, you're only playing half an hour a night.
And then we've got days off. We're only doing 2 gigs and a day off.
Right,
So we're going to be sitting, probably because, in the middle of nowhere, because we'll probably have the cheapest hotel or whatever. So we'll just be like in, I don't know, some travel lodge or somewhere in the middle of, off a motorway or something. All looking at each other going, right, what we're going to do now?
Why is this hotel surrounded by barbed wire?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it that nice an area?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I see why it was so cheap.
Hopefully we'll get some nice ones. But we'll see.
At least, with the odd day off, you've got the chance to actually either party or to just go and look around and do stuff.
we're gonna try and see things this time as well. So that'd be good. Take lots of books. Well, take my Kindle with me.
Yeah, again, that's just
catch up with all the books.
On
catch up with all the ones that I've read. So it'll be alright. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and when you're with your friends as well, then it's just so
exactly.
much easier,
We'll probably see what the others are up to as well. See if there's anything. And we'll probably be doing some press and stuff on, there, and so they'll have to take us somewhere, whether he likes to drive or whether he like it or not, and go out something to eat.
Yes, we'll do interviews in Germany as long as you take us to this place.
As long as it's there, right next to whatever we might see on the way.
You'll be looking through the Harley Davidson dealership.
Oh I will. I'll have to.
We need to do an interview here.
In the Harley Davidson shop.
Surely so you can get some photos of us. Obviously.
No, it's because my other half's got a Harley. We got soft tails, so of course I'll bring him back. I got him one from Las Vegas and one from Brooklyn, I think it was in the end. So that's quite good.
Right, that's great. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Anthony. I know you've got.